All right, so looking at the 1 year goals and the 5 year goals, we're just going to go through those real quick. Year one goals are to reallocate funding so that there are tiers of teams in their funding, bridge the gap between campus and Tiger athletics so that there is communication on campus, review sports and determine if others should be added or if current programs should be eliminated. And for the 5 year goals is to generate 5 sold-out basketball games per season, have 50% of teams break even in covering their expenses. By year 5, reduce the athletic department's reliance on direct institutional support by 15%, reduce coaches and administrative expenses by 10% over the next 3 years, and increase fundraising by 25%. So the main thing in those 5 year goals to look at is to review the sports to determine if any should be cut or added. And something that sticks out for the 5 year goal is the fact that the institution wants the athletic department to not rely so much on that direct institutional support. And if they're going to cut it by 15%, that's a pretty big chunk considering they are getting around $4,400,000 from the direct institutional support, plus another $2 million through academic aid. So one of the main things that most people would consider, especially since the University of Hartsville is in the South where football is pretty big, most people would think, oh, adding football could potentially help the university. However, this might not be the case because of how much the university is spending. So, for example, in 2014 and 2015, the average squad size for football was 112.2 student athletes. In Division II, schools are allowed to give out the equivalent of 36 full scholarships for football. This would add another $1,368,000 that the institution would need to support a football team, including all the scholarships. So if football was added, this would definitely mean that other sports would have to be cut because of how much money it costs to run a football program. And if we look at the revenue and expenses for Division II programs with football, we can notice that the benefits most likely would not outweigh everything else. Because, for example, in 2015, in Division II for schools with football, the median expenses were $1,313,000 to run the program, and the median revenue was $1,143,000. So most programs are still losing money, and it's costing a lot more to run these football programs. So in that case, it wouldn't make much sense for the University of Hartsville to add football because it would be adding more money and they still would not be working a profit, and it would be adding more institutional support that the university actually wants to cut back on. So this probably wouldn't work out in the best benefit for the university.